This video will show you how to make a spreading fire simulation in Blender. Please watch up to the very end. For this example, we are using a sword for illustration purposes. In the description of this video, I've already put a link for downloading the sword model we are going to use for this tutorial. When you open Blender, first go to Files and click on Open, then browse for the sword model you've just downloaded. Click on Open to open it. Switch it to display in solid mode. Select the blade and press Shift D, then right-click to duplicate it but stay in position. Come to the outliner and disable the viewport and render visibility for the original blade. Click on this Z to go to the top view, then press Shift A to add a cube. Press S to scale it up a little. Again press S then Y to scale it up along the Y. Select this blade and go to the modifier properties, then add a Boolean modifier. Click on this eyedropper under Object and select the cube. Click here to switch this area to a timeline. Now if you select this cube and hide it, you'll see that part of it has become invisible. Unhide it and press S then Y to scale it up a little along the Y. Activate the auto keying button and press G, then click to assign a keyframe. Come to frame 100 and press G then Y to move it along the Y up to where it just uncovers the blade. You can now deactivate auto keying and reduce the frame range to 100. Now if you deactivate the viewport visibility and play it, you'll see the blade building up. So press Shift A to add a cube. Press S to scale it up until it covers the entire sword. Press G then Z to move it a little along the Z. Now click on this Y to go to another side view, then press S then X to scale it down a bit along the X. Select the blade and go to the physics properties, then add a fluid physics. Under type, choose flow and switch the flow type to fire. Switch to solid view and select this cube. Come to the physics properties and give it a fluid physics, then under fluid type make it a domain. If you play it you can see some fire, but it's disappearing immediately. To fix that, select the blade and change its flow behavior to inflow. Now if you play it you'll see that it's emitting some fire throughout. Come back to the physics properties and scroll down, then click on this drop-down arrow on texture, then activate it. Now go to texture properties and click on new to add a new texture. Change its type to clouds and decrease its size to about 0.18, then reduce the depth to 1. Go back to physics properties and click here on texture, then choose the texture. Now if you play it you can see it looking better already. To make it even better, select this domain object and increase its resolution to 128. Scroll down and activate adaptive domain. Scroll down to cache also and reduce the simulation frame range to about 150. Come to the timeline and make the end frame 150 as well. Activate is resumable and change the type from replay to all. Now click on Bake to bake the simulation. If you play it you can see the results looking good. Now free the bake and increase its resolution to 192, then bake it again. If you play it you can see the results looking better. But if you take a close look here you can see it spreading beyond the blade. So to fix that, enable the visibility of the cube we used for the Boolean modifier. Select it and go to frame 100. Activate the auto keying button, then click on this X to go to a side view and press G then Y to move it along the Y up to somewhere here. Deactivate the auto keying button, disable the viewport and render visibility for this cube. Now select this domain object and free the bake. You can increase its resolution to 256, then bake the simulation. Now if you play it you can see that the result is okay. So select this blade and disable its viewport and render visibility, then activate the viewport visibility for the original blade. Select this domain object and go to Render Preview. Come to Render Properties and switch it to Cycles. Go to the World Properties and give it a dark color for a clear vision. Come to the timeline and change it to a shader editor. Click on New to add a new material. You can name it Fire. Select this principled BSDF shader node and press Delete to delete it. Press Shift-A and go to Shader, then add a principled volume shader node. Plug it into Volume on the Material Output node. Press Shift-A and go to Input, then add an Attribute node. Under Name, type in Heat. Now plug the factor into the emission strength. Let me create another area here and change it to a timeline, then go to a frame with enough fire so that we have a clear picture of what we are doing. Press Shift-A and go to Converter, then add a color ramp node. Move this color to somewhere here. Press Shift-A and go to Converter, then add a Math node. Click here and change it to Multiply. Plug the factor into the emission color. Press Shift-A and go to Converter, then add another color ramp node. Now you can change these colors to fit the colors for the flames you want to create. You can come to the Math node and increase on this value to make the frame brighter. Now you can work on your scene further to your liking and render. Thank you so much for watching up to now, I really appreciate. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on our latest content. Also, let us know what you want us to teach you about Blender in the comments. I promise we'll make a video. Have fun animating. I sign out.